Hello, welcome to the Aegis Interactive Asia and Business Mobility Asia COVID-19 Business Travel and Investigations Update 29th of December 2020. This week, the Indonesian government has made a number of changes quickly. Up until the 21st of December, it was possible for holders of APEC business card, business visas, family reunion visas, etc., to enter the country without quarantine. During the week, with the new outbreak in the United Kingdom of the new strain of the virus, the Indonesian government moved suddenly to prohibit anyone travelling from the United Kingdom in the last 14 days to enter the country. They also moved suddenly on the 21st of December. They implemented a mandatory 5-day quarantine for all arrivals. However, reports we've been getting from various groups here is that the application of this quarantine is very patchy, and it appears that the airport, certain travellers have been picked out of the crowd and sent off to quarantine, and others have not. I even heard one story of one plane load in transit on their way to Bali, which had a lot of Indonesian citizens on it. They were told they had to go to quarantine, and in a very typical Indonesian fashion, there was a lot of shouting and finger pointing, and they were all allowed to transit through to Bali without any quarantine. Again, this is anecdotal, so we have to rely on the source that gave it to us. So effectively from the 1st of January, no international travellers are allowed to enter Indonesia. So only citizens, diplomats and permanent residents will be allowed to enter. There is still some questions to whether any arrivals are required to do quarantine. Some say no, some say 5 days, some say 14 days. But at this stage, we're expecting it's going to be mandatory 5 days quarantine. The same happens if you're travelling out of Java into any other province, particularly into Bali. Now, we don't know whether this will continue beyond the 14th of January. The news about the UK strain of the virus is quite new, and the government here is still working out exactly what's going to happen. So the best guess is that there'll be a new announcement somewhere prior to the 14th of January extending the ban on all international travel into Indonesia beyond the 14th. But let's wait and see. So what's happening around Indonesia is that we're currently in the week between Christmas and New Year, which is also known here as Cuti Bersama, which is a holiday inside a holiday. Typically, the country is closed for that period of time. It now looks as though most businesses are going to be closed until around about the 14th of January. Some are open, but this particular week, not much goes on here. The factories are closed. Retailers open, coffee shops, etc. open. People are expected to wear masks and social distance. The last 9 days that I've been back in country, I'd say that there's a moderate level of compliance with this, particularly in the malls and the coffee shops. Out on the street, the level of compliance is much smaller. We have an ongoing investigation here. Not much we can do this week other than a little bit of background work on that, and we'll see what happens after the 4th of January. The governor of Jakarta cancelled all leave for public servants, but they'd already left. So we'll see what happens somewhere after the 4th of January, whether they come back, whether it's possible for things to be done. So that's it for now. Things here are still in a state of flux. Often the case in Indonesia is that the law says one thing and the people say another, and then it comes down to the strength of will of the officials that are having to implement these particular provisions. For the rest of us, we're staying home, staying away from crowds, and generally trying to stay as healthy as we can. So that's it. Indonesia is going to be difficult for at least a couple of weeks, if not a month or so. So you're not going to be travelling here, as I said, unless you're a citizen, a diplomat, or a permanent resident, or like me, you managed to sneak in a day or two before the barrier came down again. So until next week, please stay safe, continue to wear your mask wherever you are, and take particular care. And we look forward to speaking to you in the new year. So hope you find a way to celebrate the coming of 2021. Bye.